At the base, presented by the U.S. Air Force, Cloud9 had an opportunity to go over to Fort Hood to meet with our men and women in uniform. Of course, big thank you to them for all that they do, but really very cool experience, and kind of want to see how they do in the simulation.
I feel like the second half of that match was the simulation, because they just dismantled Big.
Hey, look at that connection into the game. You got to love it. All right, well, welcome, everybody. As we break down our upcoming matchup, we're going to be going over to Overpass for Map 2. This was Cloud9's pick. Now, reflecting on the pass for Overpass and, hey, pass for Overpass for Cloud9 and Big. This was a map that both teams won, but there was interesting stories from both games because this was the map that Complexity kind of took it to Big. They won that one 16-13, I believe. Whereas on the other side, you had Cloud9. That was the first overtime that ended in a crazy fashion there. So if you're Cloud9, you have to be feeling pretty good about this, I would imagine, right? Like, you're looking at Big. Maybe there's some takeaways from that game against Complexity that they could probably dismantle and then improve from their game that they had earlier against FaZe.
Yeah, they both had similar matches where they climbed up to huge leads. They blew those leads, but Big started CT. Cloud9 went up on a T-side lead. So I think, you know, it's easier to fix your CT problems when you look over a demo than it is to, you know, tool together an entire T-side and go over everything strategically about taking areas. So I would say Cloud9 is favored based on that.
Yeah, I would too, but it's weird because I do think of Overpass as a very strategic map, and there's a lot of clever nades on that and a lot of clever smoke walls and setups that you can have on your executes. And for that, I just can't help but think, you know, Gabi and Big and as his strategic bots. We saw some of the cool stuff they did on Cash, and Overpass just feels like it should lend itself to a little bit more of that tactical strength.
So you both called for this one to go 3. This is the predictions. But on opposite sides of the coin, you're going for Big, Sean, and Moses, you're going for Cloud9. Do you feel that this is going to be done in 2, or do you think we're still going to go to 3, Moses?
I honestly thought Big was going to take Cash. So I don't know. I have no idea. I'm still going to take Cloud9 to win the series. I guess on this map, I'll go with Cloud9 just because it's their pick. And that strong start they had against FaZe was so powerful. I don't think Big is going to make that comeback the way that FaZe did.
Okay.
I think Big can steal their map pick a lot like how Cloud9 stole Cash. I still go 3 maps here.
You still go 3 maps, so you're still confident? Okay, all right. So we're going to have ourselves a 3-mapper here, courtesy of Sean. But here is what the fans had said. So this is their land record on Overpass, but we want to go back to what the fans had said earlier in the Twitch chat. And they went 52% for Big, 48% for Cloud9. Very close. Close result there. You know, that's within a 4% margin of error.
That's not too bad.
Error. My God, I can't speak English today. All right, well, you know what? Actually, before we send it to the cast, I want to ask people in the crowd, who do you think is going to win this game? You think it's going to be Big? Think it's going to be Cloud9? Felt like I kind of baited myself into that one.
There's a giant Celsius face in the crowd.
We got to get
that
that one on camera. We definitely have to. All right, so that's going to wrap things up for us here at the desk. Let's send it over to the casters for some more action on Overpass.
Thank you very much, Golden Boy. Yes, this is an incredible series so far. What an explosive ending, and to lead us into Overpass, I just don't know. I think the stats, the percentages, James, they tell the truth. Who the hell knows?
There it is. It's a head bigger than mine. Finally in the Eleague studio. Talk about Caesarean section. Let's see if Celsius can be the difference maker for Cloud9 in this game of Counter-Strike. Big will be the aggressors on the T side. God, I think like, if you go back to that Deagle shot, I think he was crab walking and deagling at the same time, which probably made the difference there between winning that map and losing that map. So, very interesting times to come. Losing a map when you are 9 rounds ahead at halftime has got to be triggering, but it's time to refocus. I'm sure the break between maps did good for Big, but can they do good on this T side versus Cloud9?
It's an important question. We are into it. Big. Indeed, that utility, we know them for it. They have great usage of it. A plan behind every grenade. Not a single one overlooked, it feels like when you watch Big. And we'll have Automatic going towards long for that information. Trying to see if he can get any spots here. Hiding behind the tree. Nothing for him to spot just yet, though. Actually, I predicted Big for the series, James, but I'm actually leaning towards Cloud9 right now. I feel like...
How are you after they 1-0 up?
Yeah, well, you know, it's just not the way that they did it, but it's like Flush is... Oh my God! Please, Flusher, please!
Man, I love that Flusher's clips never change. Brilliant stuff. That's fantastic. 1 minute 10 for Big to recover from such an outrageous frag. Smooya deep toward toilets. Automatic in a potential flanking position. We see the grenades start to stream in. No presence towards B for Big, so I think they will be focusing on the A sides. Edging forwards. Now 2 players close to the site. Tizian and Gobby make their way. Automatic starting to flank. Zelsis and Rush need to get that rotation on.
And Flush is going to fall back. It's not looking too bad for Big. They've done a really good job closing the distance and trying to wrap around, but Hiroshima and Flusher defend. It looks phenomenal here for them. It's so clean, not a single player touched for Cloud9, but Big did get a bomb plant, so that is a small victory at least.
5 helmets for $350. That is crazy. We could see everybody with M4A4s if they wanted them. They have next to no grenades, but that's... I don't know if I've ever seen a pistol rounds where no one took a point of damage on the CT side, and they all had Kevlar.
But that's so ridiculous.
Just diving in head first. Beautiful stuff. Again, not a point of damage. Yes, the bomb was planted, but look at the weaponry. Automatic, saving for the AWP. Everybody else has got their weapon for the heart, really.
But I like this, you know, Tizian and Gobby sacrificing themselves. They've got Smooya sniping on the scout, Tabson and Santaris, the heavy hitters with those rifles on AK-47s. We saw this obviously previously, and Cloud9 I would imagine Cloud9 would expect this now, and you can see it with their formation. They're not playing deep on the bomb sites, expecting a full Glock rush. They're playing forward, but still with enough of a situation where they can error correct if they need be based on the information that they get. So nice spot there. Automatic, they have no idea he's there. Hello. Oh! I thought that he spotted it, but what? Santaris still gets the kill. I don't really understand, but it's a thing! The double from Kiyoshima, and he's not done just yet. Looking to maybe peek and prod in more. Is there a flashback?
Oh my god, what?
Doesn't matter.
What
Doesn't
is that?
matter.
What kind of ace is that? Are you nuts? He's a helicopter gunship. What is that? Kiyoshima.
The final smash from Kiyoshima.
Sequasa! This is Bizarro land. Double grenades, then a double kill and a burst. Look at him. What is going on? Only Automatic died. He was the guy who had a USP. He was just laughing. He was jumping around.
And for the round that, like, you know, Big have those 2 AKs to scout and everything, it's a very specialized round. Just to get blown up like that, that's not going to feel good, is it? Cloud9, they're on Cloud9 right now, James. I'm sure I'm not the only commentator to make that pun, but still. It feels like they can do no wrong at this point.
The fashion in which Big lost the game previously, the fashion in which they have started Overpass doesn't bode well. Again, look at Smooya as the emotional player. It's not great, man. Automatic, he's farming for an AWP at this point. He's in connector, you will hear footsteps towards toilets. The bomb is lurking behind. This could really be ruinous, yet more ruinous for Big. 2 more players remain, and it's about damage at this point, 2 versus 5. Automatic looking for... Could it be 2 aces in 3 rounds? No. No, because Zantares. But again, that is the player. If one player is to die on Cloud9, that's the player you want to die, because he's got the SMG. Everybody else has got their primary weapon, their rifles. So that is an opportunity for Big to make some money. Or maybe not, because Zelsis says no. That leaves Smooya with a Glock. And he will not be too scary for Cloud9 to deal with. 3-0 for Cloud9, and in these 3 rounds, Big have 2 frags.
Oh, it's amazing.
Where's the hashtag bench?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Tarek tuned in, supporting his bros.
So it's going to be really
Come on,
interesting.
people join in. Don't leave them on their own.
To see what Big have to offer now. They've got the 5 AKs, full utility. Not able to afford that AWP, but that's fine. Can play really dynamic and very fast round. Taking sewers immediately. Flusher looking for a timing with the H. He doesn't find it though. Stabs in quick, looking for that pick from short. Oh my god, he's going deep. How much does he find? He spots 2 more players. This is looking amazing right now for Big. He has forced his way into the bomb site. Crowbar action here from Tabson. Oh my god, he's not going to stop pushing them down into the water. They have perfect information. Zantaris to trade, but it's not good enough. But still, Big 3 versus 2. It gets worse for Cloud9. What the hell is this, James? It's so fast from Big.
Opportunity knocks. Automatic holding to the right. Always a double peek. You can hear the play being tagged by the Molotov, but they'll have to fall back. Cut the losses maybe, or reset the position. Take a shot through the smoke. Big. Get their first round on the board. It's been a very difficult start to this game of Overpass. Of course, they are a map down to Cloud9 as well. But this one's in the bag. Now they can start to impact the economy of Cloud9. It's been a cheap 3 rounds, and now it starts to get expensive. 4 players having to rebuy. That will catch up with them very quickly indeed. Now, can Big string the rounds together? Always the question with a start like this.
What an entry from tabseN. He just had that read. He moved in. He's like, okay, I don't see anything. And I think they maybe called that there was a boost or something like that, and he knows it. He just knows he can go here. Incredible stuff. Incredible. And the fact that Xantares kills Rush, so tabseN can push down towards water. So much pressure on the defense so very quickly. What a 1-2 punch from Big.
See if they can repeat their success. See the formation of Cloud9 at the start of this round. Automatic, as he was with the USP, now going beyond the tree with the AWP. He is deep. He is on his own, looking towards the playground. That is an angle that surely you won't expect. But he is vulnerable to a flashbang. You may hear some sounds, unscoping, starting to move back. Do not want to outstay your welcome. There is a smoke in toilets though, so his 6 wasn't vulnerable, but of course, Overpass don't want to stay here too long. A boost on the balloons, perhaps. These balloons, in fact, made from concrete. But Automatic has already fallen back. And that just shows the smart timing. Very aware, Automatic. No early frag for Big.
So a minute left now, and they have some map control. The CTs are pushed back fairly far. So this does allow Big to set up for a lot of different types of rounds here. They don't have any Suez presence right now, but in theory, they could set up for an A set piece or B, but the issue is in not having any picks, and there's lots of utility remaining on Cloud9. Cloud9 have a lot of incendiaries remaining here for retakes. In goes tabseN though, again, looking to get that first kill that could allow his team to swarm in on the B side.
So many players here for Big. The opening kill on Rush. Cloud9 maybe safe territory already, I think it is now, but the choice might not be there. 3 kills in quick succession. They had no position on the site, especially with the smoke on the balcony. 3 players gone. Very expensive. No money in the bank now, so this is a very fast change in fortune for Big. To plant the bomb with all 5 players alive.
I'm actually expecting that Cloud9 might go for a Suez take next round, because Big have been really strong when they do decide to move into B. Even when there was 4 players on the bomb side that one round where tabseN and Xantares open it up, Big just looked very confident breaking that bomb site. So taking Suez control is a good way to start a round, because you don't have to go too hard after that. You can just hold that position and that force the Ts to decide whether or not they are supposed to retake that position, and that gives you a lot of initiative and information as the CT side.
Nice work from Xantares, and that really just breaks the future rounds for Cloud9. Very difficult to play around that smoke, closer to it. Had a further disadvantage. We have a timeout called by a flusher while they figure out what to do. An AK and AWP to play with. The rest of the team will keep the money together, but HEs are being purchased. Could go towards Playground. They've got a molly. Could go towards the entrance to Fountain Playground. Or maybe somewhere else, but again, it's going to be a battle sniper situation, which Automatic is very capable of. We've got Cloud9 next to us. Can hear some mention of mollies and such. 2 more seconds, and we're into round number 6. Cloud9 with a 1-round lead, very likely to disappear. We'll see the aggression. There's the molly, as expected. Are the HEs behind it? No, there's going to be 4 people towards the B bomb site. So it seems that Cloud9 are suggesting that loads of people have gone towards A for an aggressive play, but Smee has gone beyond the smoke, so he can find the information that it's not an aggressive play from Cloud9. Got to be ahead of the curve as always.
And they'll throw the nades on the contacts of Automatic's AWP. hoping that it will be sort of a walkthrough monster, which typically will be a bit more likely when you know you're against a half-buy kind of round like this. So this is really smart here from Cloud9. They're risking it on the long players coming out first, the monster players coming out first, and is that going to be the case? Automatic's blind, they don't throw the nades in time, I'm not sure if there's enough damage from those, and Automatic doesn't get a frag as the push comes in, and Tabson will ravage the defense. God B helping out as well, and it doesn't look successful. It's a nice idea, but it's fallen flat.
I doubt that AWP will be rescued. Flusher hiding in plain sight for now. I love the idea from Cloud9, but the awareness from Big is just awesome to watch. Having Smooya go through the smoke, doesn't see a CT set up there. Clearing out B regardless, avoiding the grenades, and the score will soon be tied.
If it was another team, James, you might actually see that be a contact play as opposed to flashbangs first. And if it's a contact play, those nades are going to land on the guy that tries to trade, the guy who dies to Automatic's AWP first. So looks like Tabson will take down Flusher. That's the AK out of the hands of Cloud9. And here's Tabson just working his magic, eliminating the defense.
Cloud9 averaging $4,100, not ideal. With the buyers coming out, there will be a shortage of grenades here and there. Flusher going to the UMP to get some much needed utility for Cloud9. Now, does this shortening of utility mean more aggression from them? Well, it looks like it. 4 players heading towards the fountain area. 2 on long, automatic and connector. Flusher around that party position. You want to drink some beers. Long spray from Kirishima, nothing doing. So Flusher gets taken out. There goes Zelsis as well. The aggression hasn't quite worked out. The surge has been purged.
Yeah, not much you can do there. Automatic will go for a flank. Unfortunately, because so many teammates of his are dead, that speeds up the push from Big because they know that it's pretty safe. They can trade their way to a bomb site pretty easily. So it's unlikely he'll get a particularly amazing timing here, but he would need to get 3, most likely. He doesn't want to be spotted yet. This is perfect. If he can get 2 free kills here, that would be amazing. There's 1, and the follow-up comes in. And they've got the bomb down. Rush, oh, he can't defend it. And Automatic goes for another 1v1. He's very low at this point, and he loses out on the battle against the player in connector. That is very problematic. And the nades will finish the job. Big 4 to Cloud9's 3. And if you consider how this started, where Cloud9 were flawless in those first 3 rounds, this is a great response from Big.
It started with a statement from Cloud9, as you alluded to, Dan, and it feels like Big have quickly made a statement of their own, wiping out Cloud9 again. This is Cloud9's comfort pick. Overpass, and the HEs are out again. Can they have more success on this occasion? Pistols and HEs, not much in the name of Kevlar for Cloud9. Now, they are more spread out. Flusher towards connector, automatic passive on A. And Big making inroads towards B for a split once again. Tabson in a short position. There's a flashbang, there's a frag from Xantares. Instant trade, looking for a trade fragger. Nobody there, but the presence of fire from Xantares is great to watch.
Ooh, nice job with the pistols, but once again, Tabson reliable. Gets himself 2. And the damage is minimized. Nade goes in, doesn't land on any of the weak targets. Automatic will find the space to creep forwards. And there it is, Xantares too quick. And 5-3. Cloud9 lost 5 rounds in a row now, which it does suck, but it does also mean that they have the maximum loss bonus. So they're getting $3,400 for losing that round.
3 players on the server have 1 frag right now. Rush, Gobi, and Smooya. Zelsis with 2. We've got heavy lifting from Xantares, 11 for 4. There's Xantares and Tabson with the war of attrition.
Wow.
Keo, Flusher, and Automatic for Cloud9. Well, now they're at max loss bonus. They can have all the things they want, Cloud9. But maybe they will not be afforded a change in fortune. Now we've got Zelsis making his way to the short beach position, but Tizian is there, getting his barrung from the balcony. And Xantares has been eliminated in response by Kirishima. That's a really big frag to pick up, especially when you look at the scoreboard. Yeah.
Both Xantares and Tabson have been just clearing bomb sites on entry and just winning rounds like that. And it's a 44. Minute and 20 left. That's a lot of time, but also a lot of space for Big. Oh, big catch from Kirishima through the wood.
Flusher,
I should say. Stand corrected. And Gopi stands no longer. Nice defense from Rush. Gopi just running in. Not able to do a good Xantares impression there, though.
Smooth's got to make something happen here. He's so far away from his teammate, can't really rotate, but he's got to try and pull players, be a can opener. 2 versus 4. Reasonable chance of a 1v1. Have no idea where he could be, although Flush is starting to wonder about A, and the scope may obscure Smooth's vision at the wrong time. So he's got to be very careful. 37 seconds, he's got to move, well, he's moving as fast as he can. He's scoped in already. 1 player towards bank, that's automatic. That's a great position to have. I'll tell you why a bit later. We'll see what tabseN can do now. He's got 2 players on the B-bomb side, but nothing doing. If you're on a bank position in that low ground, then nobody can flank your team, basically. You can hold an angle towards the truck position, and yes, the bomb can go down, but you know that no one can flank towards the B area. So if you have a heavy rotation towards B, you have 1 guy holding A like that, then you know, worst case scenario, your team are not going to get shots in the back. It's quite a comfortable position. And now we have a timeout called by Big as Cloud9 break the streak of Big.
Yeah, this is really a great series so far. These teams, we're seeing both teams have dominance. We're seeing both teams have struggles. And what is the story to be in this next round where Big are going to have a bye? Cloud9 themselves have not done anything too crazy just yet. Earlier I mentioned that one adjustment they may want to make is to play aggressively into sewers, because that's a great bit of map control to have. You can control middle, get lots of information. We'll have to see what they go for here, because you can even try to flash players through Monster. And there's lots of stuff you can do around B.
I think one question for Big is how do they get Smia and Gobi into the game more? Considering they got 5 rounds in a row with those 2 guys on a frag each. If they can get them to, I mean, of course, there's like utility throwing and so on and so forth, but Gobi's a big fragger for his team. We've got the boost towards the balcony once again. We saw this yesterday. Will it be successful today? Oh, that wastes a lot of time. You do slip off the nature of this, of how this works. All right then, up you go. Looking towards the balcony, please. There we go. But will that be enough to win you a round? That kill should tell Cloud9 immediately that loads of players are towards B essentially, and they don't have map control elsewhere. That will spur Flusher forwards and automatic. So can Cloud9 hold? Zelsa's taking a shot, not quite hitting a fatal mark there. Xantares in almost in the red, not quite there. There's another one from Zelsa. Finally a frag now. Rush has been taken down. His 6 is not covered. Around the pillar he goes. He hits one towards Monster. How is he still alive? Another one from Zelsa. 3 versus 2. Finally he goes down.
He's bought so much time. He's done so much damage. The bomb is down on the ground as Flusher and Automatic look to find their way in. More delay coming in from the utility of Cloud9 here, putting Big in a very strange spot, but they do still have some time here. But the boost, this could be a genius move. We'll see if it pays off as the smoke begins to dissipate. It's very safe as well as they wait to see what the move is from Big, and there is some counter utility. Automatic might try his chances up high as more incendiaries come forwards. Ooh, this is going to do a lot of damage, and tabseN commits to the... Ooh, that's so close! One more tick, and he somehow escapes into short. My God, still a 2v2, but look at the HP on these players. Very low. Xantares, regardless, makes it happen for the 1 versus 2 now for Flusher, but they're so weak. Surely there is a chance here as he pushes forward. He can't find it. Xantares with the triple. My God, what a save.
That really could have gone either way as tabseN was moving off the site. Automatic saw him from up above, went for the flick, just about missed it. Had a slight chance on Xantares as well, but was taken out. But Zelsis to take it this far in the first place was unreal. Such a tight round. Again, it's a nice frag to get the frag with that boost, but there's information for Cloud9 to play on. Down to the wire, and the score is still pretty close, but Cloud9's money has been obliterated.
Oof, what a round. So intense, some of these battles between these 2 teams. Connector smoked defensively there, and you can see Tizian just keeping presence. And that's important because as Big now start to push forwards, that kind of traps Automatic and will force them out into sewers, meaning that the A defense, they may have to rotate someone away from B back into A, so they have a 3-man defense there as the pressure starts to come in. And it looks like Big may just try to get a contact timing up long. This could be quite powerful. We'll see if they go for that or not. There are some flashbangs here. And indeed, they're shuffling the play the defense around, and Automatic's pushing the flank at the same time. This is huge for Cloud9. They know exactly what's up.
Does he see Smuya? Does he take the shot? He needs more information. Smuya's not in a dangerous position just yet, but Automatic, the walking is takes so long when the team are running to catch up. Still, he sees just the one player. He needs more info. He's going to say, don't face the side. Smuya's there. Now the kicks, the frags start to come in. He's got to take the shot. Oh, Tizian taken out as well. Now there are problems for Big. 39 seconds, the bomb's on the floor. 3 versus 1 taps and ding dong from Automatic. That's a wrap. 5-6 in favor of Big. Cloud9 was so ill-equipped, that flank was everything for them.
Yeah, that's a really big risk, but it does pay off so incredibly well. And that is also, it's a calculated risk. Based on what they've seen, they're feeling as though Big are just committing a lot towards that A bomb site, and they were correct. And Automatic, under the pressure, he knows what he has to do, and he gets it done. And now, 5 rounds for Cloud9, 6 for Big. This is tit for tat between these two teams, as Automatic goes for the very classic smoke above the bin there to block off the choke point. Doesn't go for a peek with the AWP though. It's actually Smuya to peek through connector. They may find some action. Ooh, gotta be so careful. Look at these lineups here. These players know their angles.
11 rounds in, Smuya got the still 2 frags each. Not really seeing the impact of the AWP on this T side. Maybe they're focusing on enabling Xantares. Never know exactly the plan of the in-game leaders. That is a lot of damage off the Flusher, but he's still alive. An exchange of information in the short B position, but it's a very strong area for the T's to hold. And now we've got a big rotation. Flusher making his way towards the B bomb site. Automatic left to deal with A, and he's jump peeking for now, but again, he can hold that angle I mentioned before. But focusing on the B bomb site, there are a lot of big players here. This is something we see from, I want to say NRG do this boost as well. Not the usual one you see on the rail. You can just stand rather than have to jump and stand, if you do it right.
Wow.
Yashima peeking. Just waiting for something. 38 seconds left. Just saw a tease, but no kill. Hello! That's a big one for Zeltis. 2 frags, the flashes the players come through Monster. They're completely blind. Setting Kiyashima, almost shooting his teammate. 26 seconds, 3 versus 2. It can go either way, it won't. Kiyashima and Zeltis clean up.
Yeah, that was, so I think what happened there is the fact that Big was setting up for B, but they waited so long that eventually Cloud9 are thinking, we have no information on the map. We set up for B because we thought that's what's going to be happening in this round, but nothing's happening for so long. We have to find out what's going on. So they flash Celsius in for a peek, and because Big is still setting up, he gets an easy double, and then it just falls apart. So Big just took too long in that round, and you can see here, things are starting to shape up very nicely once again for Cloud9.
Now it's Big's turn to be on the pistols. Just the scoreboard is crazy. Xantares 15, Tabson 10, then it's 3, 4, and 2. So there's a lot, they'll have to feel like there's a lot more they can do, Big, if they can enable some of their other players. Running past the angle, good awareness from Big, forcing the CTs back. And it seems they will swarm. Smuya taken out. Grenades behind the smoke. Tizian's got to be careful. 3 players coming into the A site with the bomb in tow. Shot missed, but there's support with Kiyashima. Kiyashima so important for Cloud9 in this tournament so far. And now Cloud9 take the lead.
Yeah, Kiyashima is a very steady pair of hands. Consistent, smart, very good all-rounder. Very experienced as well. Been playing at the top level for in CSGO, basically from the beginning of CSGO almost, and obviously he had a break for a while. Didn't want to play, didn't want to get sort of recycled in the French scene as many of the top French players have.
He wanted to go to I-Series with the Mandem.
Exactly, indeed. I wanted to play on an international team, and he picked his timing very well. And here goes Flusher, going for a deep incendiary. Big go with a fast play here from Smuya. Flashes all over the place as he gets to a close position, ready to catch any aggression from Cloud9. But Cloud9 have not really played an aggressive CT side on Overpass. We've seen, I don't think, any real true aggressions from them. No Swiss take, no fountain pushes. It's only those late flanks, really.
Tabson was very fast to short B, looking for entries in B. Now he's just holding an angle. Automatic is soon going to have something to do. Smuya making his way in, making his way out. Tizian now going ahead of Flusher. He'll have sound cues around this smoke. Flusher and Smokes, man. So dangerous. Xantares as well. A free kill for Flusher. Bigger falling apart in this half, it seems.
Nice catch. Finds the head of Automatic. Much more to be done, though. Do they commit towards A, or do they try to double back everyone else to B and keep Tizian applying pressure on that A bomb site? Nice Molotov coming in from him as he looks to push forwards and open things up, but there's just too many angles for him to take alone, and that sheer angle from Kiyoshima is very strong. And once again, Big just don't seem to be able to take this A bomb site, James. It's pretty much a failure every time.
Easy pre-fire from Kiyoshima. I can see the shadow of the T's emerging. He has a superior angle. Thanks to the sun, the kills are a lot easier. Look at the shadow emerging there. Second one is even more obvious because Gobby's further away from the wall. And we move to the last round of the first half. Cloud9 2 rounds ahead for now. We look at the bio of Big. It's not spectacular, that's for sure. 2 AK-47s, a lot of utility, and a few pistols. Now, they are the right team to make this kind of thing work. The brain of Gobby into the short B position once again. This could be a fast one.
Yeah, looking to get Zelsis on that AWP once again. Can he do it again? Nice opening there from Zelsis. The utility helping out as well. And these T's are stuck in every single choke point. They cannot progress. It's Xantares alone against 5. And he will get a quick kill, but he's taken significant damage. Down to 40 health. The bomb is lost in Monster. They have an angle, but Xantares is cutting it open. One more to go in the Monster position, but then 2 on the left on the bomb side as well. There's just, how does he get in?
1 minute on the clock. The bomb's in Monster, but I think he knows he must win by elimination. There's no way he gets a bomb plant on B. Looking for a jump peek, using the time he has. Cloud9 will be holding their positions. Very unlikely that he rotates towards A. Very, very small percentage. Almost crouching for a trade kill if Automatic shoots first. That Molotov could have been everything, but it won't be. 9-6 in favor of Cloud9 at half-time. Not a bad, well, great start and a good finish, a strong finish for Cloud9.
Yeah, really powerful. And, you know, one of the things as well in a round like that is the fact that Cloud9 know that Big have had almost all their success towards B. So the fact that you know, that data is out there for them just makes it more likely that you know, that will be the attack for Big in the last moment on their T side. So Cloud9, I mean, despite a string of rounds in which Big looked really good, Cloud9, they overall looks incredible. And you can see Kiyoshima right at the top of the ADR there, locking down the A site, doing great work on the rotations, coming in pretty clutch for the team. But the support was fantastic as well. Zelsis, you know, we didn't see an enormous amount of kills for ADR, but the kills he got were really impactful.
Baby.
Again, so just an Automatic with the AWP just did his job. Great performance from Cloud9, Big. They got a lot to live up to, but James, Smooya, when he does get going with the AWP on Overpass on CT side, it is quite scary, especially with Tabson.
Yeah.
Now Xantares is there too.
In some cases, he'll have the luxury of more angles now on the CT side. He was a non-starter on the T side, as a few of the players on his team were. In terms of stats, was 6 rounds on the T side enough for Big? That is the question. Just waiting for Smooya, Flusher, and Automatic to ready up, and one player to connect to the server. So there's some time to discuss. Again, very bizarre half. Looking at the scoreboard there, only 2 players above 5 kills for Big, with 6 rounds on the board. It's very unusual that the fashion in which they got 5 rounds in a row after that great start from Cloud9. Very explosive half in different directions. Wow. I hear talk of, on Cloud9 side, we have already won this one. Very confident on Overpass. And that's how you should be. You've got to have ego.
Dude, it's 9-6, James.
Yeah, but that's good. That's good. You've got to have ego.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, it's good to be able to have that, but also remain focused.
You've got to have ego, but not complacency.
Exactly, yeah. That confidence is very critical, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Big can do on the CT side. Again, they have a very different style to Cloud9, just because of the explosiveness of Smooya, Tabson, and I'm yet to really understand, where Xantares will fit into that picture on the defense. But Tizian as well is not one to sleep on, nor God B. They will have their moments. So we should have an excellent second half between these two teams. This matchup has been nothing but exciting the entire time.
Yeah, it's been. We thought it would be a great series, as did the desk, and it has proven to be so far. So I was just maybe a little shy on the camera. One of those smiles where you're trying to have the cool face, but you can't help but smile because he's a little bit shy. I think we've all been there. Still waiting for that last player to connect to the server, and we'll be good to go. Such a difficult half for Big. Steam update, I am told, but now they are all on the server, so soon we will begin. But yeah, it was a difficult half for Big. Again, I feel like the nightmare fashion in which last game ended has to be in the back of their minds. But they move to the CT side now. Cloud9, the aggressors.
And here it is. We're live. Freeze time has started. Cloud9, they're confident, as James said, but Big, they're not. They've got lots of rounds to work with. Let's see how the CT side plays out. God B, double flash, smoke, no kits on that CT side. Cloud9, only man with nades is Flusher, double flash and a smoke. Let's see what they can do.
No P250s for the Ts of Cloud9. Russian automatic moving with the bomb towards the playground area. Maybe they want to sit on the swings. Big start early, having a quick look towards Fountain, falling back. There was a flashbang. Smia and Xantares around the toilets. Got B, Tizian and Tabson waiting on B. Flusher lining up a smoke grenade, I believe. Oh, this again. This is for the balcony, and here comes the charge. All the players moving through the monster position. It has Tizian got more shenanigans for us. Tabson, the one facing. Tizian will try to help him. Crossfire for the CT. So far, so good. Nice taps from both. The double T's coming through, and now Flusher and automatic remain. Flusher with 2 kills of his own, though. Now he goes down, leaves it all down to automatic. Trying to get a second frag. This is huge, but Smuya will deliver the last frag. A brutal pistol round, but it does go the way of Big.
He just can't call it until the last shots are fired. It is so nuts. Tizian did a great job actually in popping out, doing some damage, but not being too inactive, not just hiding after that, because that is the temptation, especially when you get tagged low. So really well played by him on that headshot position, and Big pick up that much needed pistol and auto shotgun from God B. He's been taking some plays out of Oscar's book.
Automatic picked up a Desert Eagle. Flusher with a flashbang. Looking for close quarters in the connector position, but they will be denied for now. God B, no stranger to an automatic shotgun.
Ooh, faking the stepping.
Ooh, he's a B8er.
Yes. Ooh, nice pick onto Smuya. That's towards the bathrooms. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not according to plan. Team kill coming in there, but doesn't really matter too much if my team is Gobi will continue to get the kills here with the help of Tabs, and they've got the bomb. So even though Automatic has the M4, they've lost the bomb and got to go down the stairs. Not too easy.
Just that one kill then. Everything needed will be collected. And Big look to tie the score now, but Cloud9 are 4,000 plus, so we will see some AKs. Smia says to Automatic, that was so fast. And Automatic says, I saw your leg. 5 AKs out for Cloud9 now. Tizian with the MP9. That will be an interesting duel. Godby knows how to use an automatic shotgun in these situations. That'll be interesting to watch. Not the first time we've seen this. Moving into connector. Again, that's... Ooh, well, never mind that. We've got to fight for the short B position. We've got flashes on both sides. Zelsis creeping around the smoke. Is he good for the wide peak? Is there a flashbang for him? Flusher deploying a grenade of some description. Xantares, and Tizian comes from nowhere, and that'll be a nice upgrade for him.
That's pretty huge. They'll lose Smear once again towards the bathrooms, but you know, playing for... Oh, this is a nice boost as well. Playing for this control around... Oh, are they actually going to walk into this? Oh my god.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, we saw a kill like this before from Big. Oh, you just want it, don't you? You want it so much. Because it might be a spot where Xantares actually falls off of this. Let's see how the timing works out. Cloud9 might be cognizant of this. Oh, now he's going to stay. Spots the second one. 3 kill. That spots the bomb as well. That is so massive for Big.
I'm surprised they even fall off that position. If they feel like they have adequate cover to short B, maybe they didn't. It's fairly strong with 2 players spotted. Automatic creeping in now. Kiyoshima has a flashbang. Doesn't have it held out right now. It's flashbang for the CTs, but they go 1 for 1. Automatic 12 HP. Got to be careful. The grenade streaming in, as are the headshots. Big one from Tabson. Tizian in the CT water. There's a flash up high. Down goes Tizian. 1v1 for Kiyoshima. Can use the pillar to his advantage. We've got Tabson backing off now. 20 seconds. They can play the bomb Big. Kiyoshima, if he realizes he could get the 1v1 here, got B moving around, dancing around. MP9. That is a very cheeky frag indeed.
Close one. Got B almost having his upgrade stolen. But yeah, big kill here. Lovely stuff from Xantares. As you say, like, I'm actually surprised that they stayed on for as long as they did. I think the door was wide open and they had no cover or information towards Connector. So this actually was a risky spot to stand in for so long. But it works out. There's been some fortune here for Big, because when they took Suez as well, they were very fortunate that the timing worked out, that there was a distraction that they didn't plan on, which allowed them to get a kill onto Zelsis. But either way, 9-9, things tied up. Pistols for Cloud9. And got B, once again, just showing some presence in Connector, but this time falling back because they have pistols.
Got B spotting around Divider, looking in party. I think he just spotted an elbow. Some pre-fire from him. Got to be careful though, 20 bullets. As you can see, he does not know the status of Connector. So best he falls back. Now Xantares can be rifle support for Smooya in the position that he is in, but Smooya's fallen back to the site. Xantares very confident. Repositioning. Someone needs to hold his outside though, which isn't really happening right now. One shot, he's happy to fall back, spots another player in Divider. Down goes the smoke, they're lining up for him, and he will take all that is offered.
That's at least twice I've seen that in this series. Xantares getting just these like crazy multi-frags. Yeah, really consistent.
Oh no.
God B. There was no one around even. There was no reason to be firing a weapon. What has happened there?
Let the man have his stats. He was 23 for 12.
And that's his AK. You better give his AK back.
Now he's 23 for 13.
You got to give the AK back. That's the apology, isn't it?
Rush says gob on goes. Flusher again, just trying to squeeze everything out, and there Goppy gets his eco after all. Round lead now for Big. 10-9. Ooh.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. He kept the M4. He kept the silenced M4 as well.
Yeah.
I think that someone else picked up the AK. Okay, Smooya's got it now. Give the man his AK. There is a timeout that has been called by Cloud9, of which 8 seconds remain. They have lost their lead.
This really is a great series so far between these two teams. If you are just joining us or recently tuned in, it was a very close finish. Big started off the first map Cash very, very strong. Cloud9 with an enormous comeback and managed to make it happen in the most spectacular way towards the end of Cash, taking that one down. And Big need this victory on Overpass to force it to a third, which would be Inferno, which is also a great matchup for these teams. So I think we're all hoping for that third map. But let's see if Big are good for it. Got to be with the silenced M4, playing Connector this time. With that.
Will there be a take of short B? Tabson appears to be on his way. Zelsis passive on this occasion. Xantares moving in. Military precision from these two. Holding the different angles as they proceed. Cloud9 changing the pace, slowing things down. Gobby's got to be careful now in Connector, because Kyo is lurking at the back of it and Flusher is above it. Could choose to try and pincer that position. So Gobby is pretty much trapped here. Should Cloud9 want to clear this area. Kishima going in on his own. No one there to trade. Flusher via the Divider. 3 players on B for Big, starting to move around with this information. Gobby moves into short B, makes his escape.
Yeah, and on that escape, he gets a lot of information. Suez is clear. Looks like it's likely clear towards Monster. They can flash through Monster if they want to go aggressive. And now Rush Or rather, sorry, Flusher will get caught off by Smooya towards Banana. That's a huge problem. Divider.
Smooya just made a play through a smoke, the divider smoke, to have a look at Party. Got taken out, but how valuable is that information? 25 seconds left, and maybe it was a worthy cause. Automatic and Celsius remain focused on the bomb site, but Xantares is always an issue. Bomb to be collected, 17 seconds of crossfire for the CTs, and that will be that. 3 plays to 5 for Big, and they extend their lead by 1.
Cloud9. Go ahead.
I was going to say, 25 for 14 now is Xantares. So far, he has proven to be a stellar addition to Big.
Yeah, no kidding. He's so brutal. Just look at this. Always gets it done. I'm sure a lot of people will be switching to mouse acceleration, James. I played with mouse acceleration for a couple of years. But the formula was inconsistent across games, and I played a lot of different games, so I had to take it away. Here goes Automatic. Looking to push quite quickly, forcing Smooya back. Do not want to give up the bathroom's position quickly. That is always a problem if you're on the CT side. And holding divider is really important for as long as you can, because it allows you as the CTs to be fairly confident where to place your players. Nice elevation here from Tabson.
Oh, and the boost is coming in as well.
Oh!
You feel for him, you really do. But Cloud9 looking to come back now, looking to capitalize. Kishima needs to pick something up. Tizian just fell to pieces. Just got disabled by the admin falling on the site, leaving Smooya and Godby. Smooya needs to save. Xantares and Smooya are really low on money. They really could do with saving both these weapons. Cloud9 back to winning ways. No one lost just yet. Still, Kishima only has a CZ up towards A. He's on the hunt.
That was kind of nuts. It's a great response from Cloud9 to just realize, yep, we can just burst into the site now. Just trade out. It's going to be easy after a kill like that. And it's, you know, as you say, like, you know, you do feel for him as he was looking for it initially. And it's not, you know, necessarily common that you're going to see it every round from a team, so. Nice quick kill from Smooya. Oh, that's not good. But they do have a lot of cash, at least. But you definitely don't want that to be happening. Okay. 1 round for Cloud9 to tie things up with Big. And Cloud9's money is not great. If they were to lose this round, things do get awkward for them.
Same could be said for Big.
Yeah. Yeah, they spent everything as well. This is a very important round. It's round 22. We're getting towards the latter stages of this match. And the winner of this round will take control for the next 2-3 rounds.
Smooya waiting for the flashbangs. Literally the big green gun. Lovely shot from him. Following up on a rush, falling back into the smoke. Manages to escape, and Godby will pick up rush from Connector. Nice teamwork from him. Good reactions from Godby. And again, it shows good communication. 2-man advantage with 1:30 on the clock. Godby avoiding the grenade. It's so scary, though, to try and exit Connector when you have no support. He may choose to die on his sword in Connector itself.
Right now, Automatic is in a position where he's making a play all the way up long. I wonder if he'll keep pushing, because his teammates need something. It's a 3v5, and Tizian has control of the bomb. That's a huge problem. Automatic could maybe catch something here, but it looks like they are aware of this. Smooya, is he covering for this? Oh, I think he's just spotted him, yeah. He's going to go around and... Oh, dear, that's not good. That's not good at all. Automatic gets the kill. That's a very awkward exchange. But what does Automatic do at this point? He's going to try to hold on to this bomb site. He's looking to push forward. He's got to create space for his teammate to come in. And there's 4 CTs on the rotation.
Kyo has a chance to plant for Automatic. Oh, he's got to be quick now, because here comes the rotation. 30 seconds. He's surrounded. Godby towards Connector. 3 players around Bank. And the trash bins. There's the first one low. 21 seconds now. That's not much time to kill 3 players. No angles, really, at which he can plant the bomb. There's Godby. Had to get that frag. Didn't get it. 12-10 Big.
Again, such an important one, and especially considering that Cloud9 did not get a bomb plant. They don't really have any money in this round to go for a full buy. They can get a half buy in, though, which does give them some options. They can buy some utility, get some pistols and so on behind it. So we'll see how that pans out for them. But yes, Big, if they're able to get this round clean, they'll be taking massive control at the end phases of this game of Overpass. But if we've learned anything from these two teams when they play each other, it's not over until someone has 16 rounds.
Pistols out for Cloud9. Not a single grenade at this point. So again, maybe an attempt to exhaust the grenades of Big, which means a slow round of waiting. And then at that point, try and get the Deagles to get some one-shots. Then who knows after that. Ooh. What a good start for Keo. Zellsis moving towards the short B position. No take from Big. Can hear the jump peeking. Not much he can do about it though. Cloud9 may try to make inroads towards toilets. You can see holding angles for all the usual positions, but again, no flashes, so lots of jiggling to be done. Now they'll start to expect that Big are playing on the sites. Max range. Could be with eyes on long. 4 players around the toilets for Cloud9. Celsius waiting for potential overextension short B, but nothing doing.
Burst is perhaps the only play left. Big have played this completely correct. They've given nothing, no picks, forcing Cloud9 into the bomb site where they're going to be most vulnerable. Moving in with no Kevlar, no grenades. Nice tap coming in from the org, and got beat in from the back as well. Xantares bears on them also. There's not really all that much that can be done here. Trying to make their way across to the bomb. Oh, hello, Automatic. Looking good with the Deagle, but will eventually be silenced. 13 rounds for Big, 10 for Cloud9. Cloud9 desperately must collect this round.
Timeout from Cloud9. That's a good 11,000 or so dollars of damage that they did in that round. Samir's got 3850, Gobby 3600. So their drops will have to happen, and again, that can pay off in the rounds to come. Cloud9 starting to buy about 4,000 average on the team, maybe a little more. Got Rambo talking about grenades. If we got grenades for this and that. Only 2 players have bought so far, so they can make choices based on their discussion. Here are the scores on the doors right now. Kishima taking all the squares.
As well as Xantares. He has all the squares as well, except for the deaths one, which you don't want. So he's done it right,
well,
James.
that's the least death, so he does want that one as well.
All right, okay, well.
Clearly you're actually reading the stats.
Bigger is better, James. More is better. So, one thing about this as well is that we can note that Smir is not on, and has not really been on an AWP all that much. Taps it, forcing his way towards Suis, past the smoke. I like this a lot. With Xantares as well, flash forwards, looking to fight. Can they get some good engagements? My God, that's fast from Automatic. He's read the play. I think he heard the stepping, and that is a huge kill at disadvantage from him. And that will allow Cloud9 to have all kinds of options. They have Sewers, they got a 5 versus 4, and well over a minute to play this advantage.
That is absolutely bananas. Xantares can hear the reload to his right-hand side. Got to be careful. Not sure if his gun pokes out too much there. As Kishima repositions. Cloud9 with possession of the short B area. Smee is starting to hunt now. It could be a very unusual exchange. He has no help here. Gamble's being taken by Big. You can see Rush's position. Could be a trade frag situation, but Rush has gone to look towards long now. So if Flusher pokes out too much, there's no one to trade if he goes down. Not yet. But Rush could come through the toilets. Smee running around. Flusher just waiting. He'll come out on top. Tizian falling as well, and falling to pieces for Big. All of a sudden, Gobby's the only man alive.
This is really bad for Big. They've got no money, and not only that, but Cloud9 looking like they might survive with 5. Rush, does he get the kill? Yes, he does. They'll survive with 5, and that is a lot of money in the bank for a rainy day for Cloud9. As Big need to go for a save, and look at this kill. There is a lot of disadvantage there because the edge is much closer to Automatic, so his opponent sees him first. Maybe the AWP can help to even it out, but he was against Xantares, I think, there, or Tabson. Doesn't really matter which one. They're both absolute gods of Counter-Strike. Great stuff to see for Cloud9, and just a few Deagles out for Big. This round looks rather meager for them, but You never know. Antares looks for the peak. He's up against an AWP. I can feel the the fear there from Automatic. You just don't want to die to an Eagle there. It's just not worth.
Ooh, so close to his face. Took a layer off, but didn't take the meat.
It's kind of gross, but thanks.
You're welcome. Big moving into the B bomb site now with what remains. Okay, not bad. That's a difficult gun to get rid of, all things considered. Kishima in connector, closing the door, and indeed he will go and try to dispose of the weapon or make it harder to locate. And he'll go and join his teammates. Maybe he can cut off the rotation, but Big are quietly moving off of B back towards the A site. But of course, they don't have the most dangerous setup. But with the time low, this could get somewhat hairy in all the wrong places for Cloud9.
The only way Big win this is with many Deagle headshots. And so far, the utility advantage is really coming in handy. Good boost though, but doesn't really have anything available to him with that. Can't really find any. There's one. Ooh, it's too much, too labored. Deagle only really forgetting on that first shot, and if you miss it, that's it for you. 4 players survive for Cloud9. So we'll see now. Big still in money problems. They can't really afford to go for a buy still. This was lovely. Great shot from Tabson.
It's nice, but it doesn't win him a round. They're still on pistols. And that lead doesn't mean as much as it might suggest. And it will probably soon disappear. Although this is a very dangerous, this is still a dangerous buy. Cloud9 can take nothing for granted. Again, ego is good, complacency bad. Starting off as per you, or maybe not as per usual. Zelf is charging straight through into the B bomb site. Again, we've got this flash combo that we saw previously, but this time there's a team flash, I think. Could have been from the CTs, but he's in position. And I don't think Big have any idea, or do they? More flashes flying through. That's probably for Monster though. Now they know. Flying Tizian goes to his doom. And with those smokes on the site, there are jewels in isolation, but Zelsis is gone, and an AK can be collected.
Look at the chaos there, and as you say, like going for that AK just sets Flusher up really well. Very weak Gobby there in the corner, and you can see that, although very unconventional, this has been Cloud9 taking initiative and Big are reacting to it, and that actually allows Cloud9 to read the round much better than if there's just pistols hiding somewhere. So this is actually really cool the way this is played out ultimately for Cloud9, and they look very good for this 13-13. Just Smia left. Best case for him is to catch an exit and steal a gun away. That's really the best case.
Q already has Monster, so Cloud9 were able to exit through Monster together and keep things as safe as possible, but it won't be needed. They win by elimination. 13-13, now the game really begins. We've got Big in the $5,000 to $6,000 mark. They can buy all the toys they want, and the Orgs are coming out. Getting their complexity impression on triple Org for Big, the AWP for Smuya. Centaurus and Gobby opting for helmets. They've got most lethal grenades. Santaro's a little short, so maybe the helmet was unnecessary. Now we are really in crunch time again. Cloud9 one map up at present. They have some serious advantages.
Oh dear.
That was surely not the plan.
Oh dear, that's happened to me before. It could have been this. Could have been like the mouse button, just like bugged out. That's what happened to me last time that happened.
Oh yeah.
And Big have control of sewers. Now Cloud9 look like they're in a sort of where they're ready to retake a position like that. You wait for the CTs to expend some early utility. You have a utility advantage. You take the positions away. Then you have an entire map to play with. That can often be one of the philosophies from playing a slow round like this. Flash it in. Santaris wary of the push. Attempt from Zelsis. Ooh, that's deep. It's a good bounce.
All kinds of soundboard from Dan today. 3 players on B waiting for a potential push from Cloud9. Automatic going searching, trying to find out what the makeup of Big is elsewhere. You'll see Godby towards Long, who's been spotting this entire time. That could be a big frag, even if they just see each other. Maybe it pulls players away. Indeed, tabseN starting to move back towards A, based on Godby seeing an automatic on Long. So now is the chance. 20 seconds remaining, and Flush is starting to get towards A. And the smoke is down on Divider. This is turning messy for Cloud9, but have they made the right play? Zellsis wiping out on B, but down goes the bomb. 14 seconds. Godby through the smoke. Oh my god. This is turning into a disaster. At least for Cloud9. Fantastic for Big. Godby's going for the ace. He's wiping everybody out. Zellsis so far behind.
What? What a round for Godby to turn it on. Oh, he knows the ace is at hand, but he doesn't care about that. He just cares about keeping the economy in good stead. Won't go for the re-peak. And that is phenomenal from Godby. If you think Zellsis was incredible on B, and he absolutely was. Great entries, perfect timing, perfect execution. Godby one-upped him pretty nicely here with a quick 4. Just knew everything. Beautiful stuff from the leader of Big. And the guy you don't expect it from necessarily with a team full of superstars.
You could feel the stress of the situation. Very unlikely round. Very difficult. Plenty of money for Cloud9 to buy again. Tough round to read for both, I think. Zellsis trying to pull rotation, but Godby must have heard something, seen something. Or maybe he's just in the matrix. Big in the lead now. See what Tizian picks up. French gun. 3 starting in B for Big. Godby and Smooya moving towards A. I'm sure we'll see Godby and Connector again to start things off. After drops the Molotov, and there it is. Got to be really careful throwing things on that part of the wall as well, because each side of that little pillar poking out will mess up your grenades.
I like this again. I enjoy this style from Big very much. Just taking map control very early on. You can see there's an adjustment from Cloud9. They see this in Connector, and they just burst out towards Party. Oh, looking for it this time. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Oh, that's not happening, is it? Because Zellsis is all over it.
Flush looking for what would have been a very important frag towards the A site. And that wouldn't have told him too much. Zellsis fragging towards B, Flusher towards A. Whereas, oh, Flusher carrying the bomb now. Not sure if he was at the time. So, stop there. Smooya escaping that long position, looking for an elevated peak. Straight into automatic. This is a reset that Big literally cannot afford. 4 versus 3. 2 Cloud9 players are heavily tagged, though. This could turn on a sixpence.
Will there be Godby to save you once again? It's hard to say. Tizian's the lone ranger there towards that A site. Oh god, it's gone so horribly wrong against Flusher with that FAMAS, and that means tabseN's gonna have to stay on the A site. Now Godby is alone, 1 versus 3. This is going to be so difficult. It's a good position. He finds the first one. The trade won't come in. Incendiary though. tabseN. Can he do it? No. He stopped Kiyoshima with the headshot. 14-14, as James said. Big might have to give up. They might have to give up 15 rounds to Cloud9 because they just can't buy him.
Great play from Zellsis, proving himself to be a very worthy lurker for Cloud9. This is such a tight game so far. And now Big are in a position where they may have to concede a match point and play against it. And indeed, that looks likely. Minimal bought. I think it's just Smooya buying a Desert Eagle, which puts him on 2250. And I am curious to see if that money would have more value in the next round. We'll see how much he has, or if there is impact to be had. I don't think so, looking at the money for Cloud9, so leave it to the jury to decide. But we'll see how things look in the next round, presuming Big lose this one. It is the mass of humanity towards the B tunnel. Zellsis looking around, and it will take at least 2 dinks from tabseN. They've got to be very, very careful. There's 1, there's 2. That gun can be collected and potentially rotated.
Now, Cloud9's strength against Big in a round like this is the Molotovs and the smoke grenades. Especially on the small side, on the A side, you can just completely lock out a team if you can set up those grenades. So that could be a good stopping point. And you can see just looking over the smoke there, that's brilliant from Rush. That's a big kill. That's going to lighten the load. Because look at Big, they've all set up on that A side. They knew, they understood the rotation, but now Cloud9 go for another one. Back to B. Will Big get there in time? Will they realize in time?
The time on the clock is scary for Cloud9. They are fearing the door. They've made their way through now. There isn't a rotation from Big, and that might be the saving grace here, because these are such nerve-wracking rounds. Just with one AK on an ecoing team, that can wreak absolute havoc. Look at the time on the clock as the bomb is getting planted. Nothing Big can do about it, and it's about saving this AK-47 now. Xantares on the CT side of an AK-47. That could be everything. You can see Kiyashima and Xantares almost tying for the frag score. Cloud9 about to move to match point. Strong opinions in the crowd. Always good to see. Keep it up.
Yep.
More of that,
unsurprising. It's going to be so crazy. The first map was similar to this, just like with the intensity of some of these rounds. Big now, it all rests on one round. So much pressure. Pretty damn important that they've saved an AK actually onto Xantares. That's going to allow him to get full utility. Tazin could buy an AWP, but then he would sacrifice any utility and any Kevlar, so he will buy up the AUG, and it will be a full rifle round here from Big. Tizian once again on the FAMAS. Okay amount of utility. They have one kit on Tizian. They are stretched, to say the least. Indeed, so much support in the crowd for Cloud9. Big brand always favorites when they play in North America.
Here we go. So much pressure for Big. 2 AUGs silenced them for a rare sight these days. French gun on Tizian and Xantares with the AK-47. I would love to see an explosive round from him and overtime in this game of Overpass. Very well-equipped Cloud9. The same cannot be said for Big in terms of utility. 2 incendiaries, less than ideal, especially for retakers required. Gobby and Smuya in the connected position. No Molotov this time. Again, we spoke about utility. They're just creeping in, taking risks. Kiyashima is ready for it, and Smuya will not try and trade that one. Moving out. Xantares in a short B position. That would be very Zelta's moving forward. Tizian has to be careful. Zelta's tempted to hunt, but he will settle with that damage for now.
Oh my, was that a mouse bug? Was that some kind of a bug because, a scroll wheel bug because he just jumped? That should have been a kill.
It's normally scroll wheel.
Oh no, Xantares looking the wrong way. Oh, it's all going so horribly wrong here for Big. Cloud9 look like they've set themselves up for a 16-14 unless somehow something goes well. But Tizian, one of the 2 players remaining, critically low with a FAMAS. Smuya on the other bomb site. Tizian has to somehow hold with a FAMAS against so many, and he goes down immediately. Smuya's rotated up to the high ground, being straight away through the metal. They know where he is. Headshot from Automatic, and Cloud9 have done it. What an intense series against Big, but Cloud9 have proven themselves. That is so impressive.
Cloud9 with an absolutely crazy 2-0 of Big. One of the ridiculous comebacks of the year so far, and a great map of Overpass as well. Fantastic individual performances, and that really is an endearing win for the entire team, really boosting their confidence moving on. They send Big to the losers bracket. They are still in the tournament and will be in action tomorrow. But I think that's a very difficult loss on both those maps for Big.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just such a heart-wrenching game between these 2 teams because they both played their hearts out. They both played so well. And it came down to, on both maps, the smallest of margins. And so respect is being exchanged between the teams now, as Cloud9, as Jason said, certainly looks pretty good for this tournament at this point. We will be taking a quick break, and we'll soon be back with the desk.